What is up guys, your boy Raven here today with another deck analysis and gameplay. So today, as you can see, we're gonna play Pikachu, but Pikachu with the Choo-Choo and downrank Necrozma. That is my take on that deck. So before we're gonna jump right into it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more decks like that, for more Pokemon trading card game content like news and other stuff. And also don't forget to check me out live on Twitch, and down there below we have a 5% discount with any code you would purchase on Professor Oak. Alright, so ready? So Pikachu Choo-Choo deck is something that we all thought is gonna be great, that it's gonna be really good. Then slowly certain cards were added to the deck, as you know, the Unified Minds slowly came to be, and after the release, and after tons of testing on Untap.in, that was the website. It's not sponsored, but that was the website where you can play the cards before they gonna come out, right? So you know, before the pre-release you can play, you can create the decks, and you can play with your friends. So we all knew that there are versions of the Choo-Choo and Pikachu that are gonna be fantastic, and that is my take on those. So there we go, that's the whole deck. The deck list is down there below, you can check it out yourself, copy and paste, and we're just gonna go card by card. So first things first, I like to play 2 Dedennes. I know some people are playing 3. I do like playing 2. I think 2 is enough, but if you're feeling that, you know, 2 is not enough, you can easily put the third one. And of course, you know, that is my version, but I will be talking about, you know, little changes that you can always make to that deck, okay? So don't worry about that. Then we have 2 Pikachus, and why not 3? Because I do want to, you know, have a space for the Choo-Choo, because here, as you say, we play 2 Choo-Choos, 2 Raichu and Raichu. Why Raichu and Raichu is so good? Well, the Tandem Shock is one of the attacks that basically locks your opponent. Well, Raven, that's not the lock attack. What are you talking about? I have something in my eye. Tandem Shock does 160 damage, which is quite good. It's, you know, the same damage as like 10 more than Pikachu, but well, the condition is it has to come from bench, right? So it works like Zapdos in this case, but what he always also does is your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. It's, as we know, to retreat the paralyzed Pokemon you have to use either Switch or any other supporter that switches that Pokemon. And in the post-rotation world, let's be honest, we are not playing that many switches, even though at certain point you know the switches are gonna end. Not everyone's playing Titan Lizard, right? People are playing 2 switches tops, like 2 is the most that people play. So definitely here the Tandem Shock is gonna lock that Pokemon as an active. They can't really do anything, they just waiting. Plus the Lightning Rod 150 plus, switch this Pokemon with one of your benched. When you have 2 extra lightning energies attached, it does 100 more, so it does 250 damage. With the Electropower, that is enough to knock out literally everything in the format. That's quite cool if you ask me. But Raven, like, you have to switch. How do you switch? Great question, and I'm gonna answer, and the answer is don't wing Necrozma. Wait, what? Psychic type Pokemon and electric type deck? Yes. Invasion literally just helps you switch Pokemon. So you put 1 electric type energy on that Pokemon, you have Zeraora on your bench, and you use Invasion to put it front, so your Choo-Choo is benched, you retreat for free with the Necrozma and you attack again, and that's like a nice loop of things that you can do, and it's simple as that, right? You know, simple tech. And of course, you know, we're gonna go to items. There are people that are using different items. You know, there are versions of that deck that are a little bit different. In the future, I think, you know, maybe like in 2 or 3 weeks, we're gonna do another version of this deck, so don't worry about that. Then I play, of course, 1 Tapu Koko Prism, and something that not everyone plays, but I do like to have 1 copy, is Zapdos from a team up. It's always good to have 1 copy just in case, and for me, IRL, he helps me a lot. Like for my IRL games at my league, my challenges and cups, that is the card that really won me a few games, even though Pikachu was always there. it's good to have it, good to have it. Then I play one Zeraora. Normally here you would want to play two. My problem is I don't have the second one, so I'm only playing one. But here you do want to have the second one, right? So just have that in mind, that you won't have the second Zeraora. But that's it, those are the Pokemons, 10 Pokemons only. As you can see, GXs, tag teams. Is this deck vulnerable to Vileplume? Yes, it is. Unfortunately, the deck is vulnerable to Vileplume, but fortunately not a lot of Vileplume players. Vileplume may rise again, right? That is what happened in February and March this year, but for now it's okay. Later, well, we'll have to figure out something, some stage 1 to go over and go through Vileplume if people are gonna start playing it heavily, but I don't really think so. There's just not really a point, and it's just a little bit too slow to get towards. Maybe with Rowlet, who knows. Let's go to trainer cards. We got 38 trainer cards, and as you can see, they are pretty strict. We have played 3 Acro Bikes, 2 Cherish Balls to get that Necrozma, and of course there are people that are playing Beast Ball for that Necrozma, or if the Necrozma is priced, to get it from prize cards. I just like to play Cherish Balls. Again, versions with the Beast Ball is gonna appear sometime later in the future on the channel, definitely. Or if you're gonna like ask me a lot, I'm gonna do it. Then we have 4 custom catchers to of course switch our opponent's Pokemon. 4 electromagnetic radars for those turn ones that we want to have really nice and heavy start. 4 electro powers, of course, 2 energy switches, 2 Pokemon communications. Why 2 energy switches? That's a great question, because not every single Pokemon is a tag team, right? So just in case. Then we have 2 Pokemon communications, 2 reset stamps. That's a really nice addition to the deck. One Stadium Nav to get that Thunder Mountain and Lysandre Labs when we need it. 2 switches, 2 tag switches, so we switch 2 energies from tag team to the tag team, to tag team to whatever. 1 Lysandre Labs, 1 Thunder Mountain, and let's go to supporters. And supporters are purely like my choice and how I like to play, because I've seen versions of that deck without Cynthia at all, or without Lillie at all. I just like to have it the way I have it here. So 3 Cynthias, 2 Lilies, 3 Volkners, and 12 energies. Of course, there are going to be times when you might change Lillie to cards like, you know, Blue's Tactics. You might get rid of Lillie, or you might get rid of Cynthia and play more Lillie. And it's all up to you. Like, you know, you can play Tate and Liza here. That is just, you know, personal preferences and your personal, you know, believings, right? What you believe is better for you. Because again, you know, you can upgrade that deck towards yourself more. Not, you know, like copy and paste it and go with it if you want to, of course, right? So that's the full deck. It's down there below. You can copy and paste it, and we're gonna play 2 games, and let's see how the deck performs. So let's save it. There we go. It's called Tricky Gym because the first version was way from a month ago, from Tricky Gym from even not post-rotation version, but the version that I was testing for my last League Cup. Alright, where I've put it? I've put a Pikarom somewhere, right? Post Pikarom. Okay, it is a Pikarom. Of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content, and don't forget to check me out live on Twitch. It's Raven called Snatchku. It's Monday and Friday. It's 9 AM CT. We start with Pokemon trading card game. Thursday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, 11 AM, and we start with Pokemon Let's Go right now. Then we're gonna have Sword and Shield competitive VGC battles, and later 3 PM CT we have Pokemon trading card game online. Well, and again on YouTube news, right? But do you want to go first or do you want to go second? Honestly, I don't care that much when I'm playing Pikarom if I'm going first or second. Here, here, not gonna lie, you know, you might want to go second if you want to attack already. But alright, we're going second. We're going first. Sorry, we're going first. It's okay. Oh, and we are facing Choo Choo as well. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna discard Custom Catcher and 1 energy, and I'm gonna go for Zeraora. Okay, so we got a whole setup. The Dedenne is here as well. So that's quite nice, not gonna lie. So Zeraora, Lillie. There we go. We got a switch, we got Electropower, Stadium Nav. Tag Switch, do I really want a Tag Switch? No, there's nothing here that will help me. Let's go to Dedenne. I mean, those are risky moves, and I know I'm kind of just going through my deck and burning through it. But sometimes, you know, it is a way to go, and let me think. Acro Bike. Let's take another Acro Bike. Of course, Necrozma is gonna get benched. A Volkner. And because we have done with Necrozma, I can use actually the Tag Switch for the energy, and I'm leaving this one space open because I'm kind of hoping for the Tapu Koko Prism. That's, you know, that's one of those things, like I'm always thinking, should I bring something like, for example, yeah, it's done. Like for example, Lysia. Like Lysia was, you know, one of the cards that helped me tremendously IRL in May and in April. Trying to remind myself months. Alright, so he's going Tandem Mountain. I know I have a switch just in case, so I can still switch. I have the second energy, so I will be able to attack with the Choo-Choo next turn for the Saturn, you know, to the certain degree. But it all depends on that turn, because if he's gonna pass without attacking, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put energy on my Pikachu, retreat him, use a Tag Switch, because I have to switch 2 energies, go Volkner Electropower, and the question is, should I use the GX? And I'm gonna use the GX. I'm gonna use the GX attack of Choo-Choo and knock out his Choo-Choo. That's what I'm gonna do. Because Thunder Mountain in this matchup right now, you see that's my problem with the Thunder Mountain now that he played it, that he basically right now fixes my turn. Because we have an answer for whatever he's gonna do. We have a switch, we have everything. Of course, we don't have Tapu Koko Prism, but I have answers. And 260 HP on Choo-Choo means that he will have to use at least 2 Electro Powers with his GX, so we are in a good spot here. So Tapu Koko, of course, energy on Zeraora and Pikachu. That's what you do normally. Maybe, you know, maybe he has 2 energy switches, I don't know. And then I will have to play Volkner for the switch, because we still have 1 more switch in the deck. Maybe I'm gonna draw something else. Alright. That was a turn. So I can't mess it up right now. Because everything matters. The order matters. So there goes Tag Switch. 1, 2. It goes on the Choo-Choo. There goes Volkner. Electropower and... well, energy. No, I don't have 2 more. So I don't want to play another Dedenne. You know what? Tandem Shock. Because I forgot that to have that 100 more damage, I need to have, or I have to have 5 energies, or right now 4 energies underneath Raichu and Raichu. But of course, you know, Tandem Shock still, as you can see, paralyzed. He's using switches. Okay, so he might have a switch. Of course, this is a also pre-rotation format. It can be. So he might play a Guzma here. Which would be, you know, like bad manners to be quite fair. Like, you know, who plays those cards now? So as you can see, I'm not really worried because next turn I know I have a knockout. I'm gonna put the energy, of course, on the Necrozma, so free retreat cost here, and the combo is going to happen. I'm just curious, you know, how many Electropowers he has in his hand. That is something I have to be careful, you know, that's something that I have to look at. And of course my card count, because it's so easy to mill yourself with this deck, and you really have to be careful about that. Okay, Reset Stamp. If he's gonna play, he's gonna give me fresh 6 cards. Custom. Alright, so he's doing Custom Catcher. Probably Necrozma. Lillie. Is there a switch? If there's no switch, you know, Rayquaza. Really? That was a good old Andres Mahone tech. But when, you know, when you're playing this, like, you kind of forgot that I can do stuff like that. But at the same time, I know that he might have those Electropowers, so I do have to be careful. I do have to be careful. Cherish Ball. Electropower, alright. And another Cherish Ball. So he... Okay, that's a Reset Stamp. Which is fair, you know. He prepared that. I've got my Thunder... So yeah, definitely he destroyed my idea, but only 150. So I think he has a switch. He might have a switch. And there we go. Like, I would play Necrozma front, retreat it, put Choo-Choo again, and the combo would be completed. And so, you know, that would happen, right? So we're gonna have this nice loop, of course. Let's play another game, and let's see how the deck is gonna perform. Ooh, 225. We're gonna open some packs on the stream today. I love that. All right, come on, play. Let's go, player. Play. So as you can see, this is a competitive deck. This is, honestly, in my opinion, a tier 1. Definitely no one more Zeraora, and you can, you know, you can conquer the world, and I'm not even kidding. Worlds, I think in the Worlds format, everyone would have to play at least 4 switches. That's bare minimum. And still at some point they're gonna run out of switches. Alright? So we start with Pikachu. Electromagnetic Radar. I'm going second this time, and that's good. Elisa Pika gives me a heart. Oh, I'm gonna give you a heart as well. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna give the person a heart as well. So bench barrier Mew. Oh wait, is that a Lost March? Really? When was the last time you've seen Lost March? Okay, so that is probably the version without Natu. It's a little bit slower version here. Alright, so I'm gonna discard 1 energy and electromagnetic radar. And I've got all the pieces. Fantastic. But do I want to play the Dedenne though? Yeah, Zeraora and the Dedenne. So energy, Lillie. Alright, Acro Bike. And now this is interesting, because... Huh. You know what? I'm gonna do it differently. Just to show you guys a different way of playing the deck. Is there a Zapdos here? Ah, there's no Zapdos. Crap. Alright, but I'm gonna go with Koko. So this time I'm gonna have the Koko. And I know I can't do anything else. Tag Switch, not really. Done. That was my turn. Of course I could have played the Dedenne, but I didn't want to waste those 2 Electro Powers and this whole hand. Plus I wanted to, you know, to go a little bit different way this time, right? Like a different route that I wanted to take. Skip them. And lost Blender. 2 cards. Wait, there's the Dedenne in this deck? I mean, I'm a little bit surprised by that Dedenne, but at the same time we know that Dedenne is a fantastic card. Jumpluff, Pokemon League, of course. Promo. There was a time when that promo was $15 or even more, right? So that was kind of crazy, even though everyone received it. But what can you do, right? What can you do? Cynthia. Spinner rack. Like, I'm surprised because I'm sorry. I have not played against this deck for 2 months at least. Alright. Cherish Ball! Fantastic! Alright. Raichu and Raichu. Dance of the Ancients, of course. There we go, we have some energy. Alright, let's go with Tag Switch. I'm gonna switch from here to here. 1 Electropower and Cynthia. There we go, we got a Thunder Mountain. But I'm gonna use an energy switch. So from here to here. Full Blitz, and we're gonna charge Raichu and Raichu. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 200, 120. Am I cocky enough? 120. 160. Right, am I cocky enough to actually put it on Pikachu? You know what? Let's do it. That is a cocky play. I'm not gonna lie, that is a cocky play, and... Oh, that was Shrine. I thought that was Lysandre's Lab. Damn. Alright, my mistake. But I do want to get, you know, I do want to knock out two at the same time, so the jump lefts are problematic for me. Sprint. Well, definitely sprint is not a bad idea for that deck. Alright, now I have to count. Because you go with 3, so it's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a knockout. I was too cocky. Oh! Oh, there is no... That is interesting, to say the least. That was interesting, to say the least. Alright, so Volkner Energy on Choo-Choo, Lysandre's Lab. There we go. Not alright, so I don't even have to play Volkner. Alright, I was lucky. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was super lucky for me. And there we go, so retreat. Volkner, of course, for the energy, and a Cherish Ball. So Cherish Ball for the Doing Necrozma. There we go. There we go. Doing Necrozma. And a Tag Bolt, of course. Getting rid of those jump lefts, because he does not have the third one, so that's a game at this point. Whew. Raven got lucky this time, right? We've got a little bit lucky. But wait, it's prized. I thought he discarded it, but it's prized. Okay. Emolga. I mean, I really like Zebstrika with Sprint in this deck. It's a nice engine for that, so I have to give a person the credit for that. And you see that I played slower, so we are not milling ourselves so fast. There's still 25 cards. He's milling himself faster than I'm doing that. Spinnerack. And I think I have one more switch. Yep, we have one more switch in the deck, so I can use Pokémon Communication. Because that's what he's gonna do, right? He's gonna paralyze me. No, I didn't have to. I didn't have to, you know, play a switch. We have Dorwig Necrozma. That's the beauty of that card. Look at that. Invasion, bam. So he wanted to, you know, do something. No, you can't. Like, that's a retreat. Again, full blitz. Energy on Choo-Choo. 2 is enough. That is insane. This is honestly insane. 2 more prize cards. I mean, just one turn. If that would be not prized for him, I would be in a really bad spot. And put a number of Pokemon in play and all cards attached. Yeah. That's a GG. 8 cards left. Well, Lillie, sure. That is a GG. We've won. Like, come on, that's a Pikachu. You can't really stop him. That's the truth. 2 cards in his deck. 4, sorry, 4. Custom Catcher. Electropower. And a knockout. GG. GG. So guys, there it is. That is a Pikachu deck with Choo-Choo for you and Dong Necrozma. One of the better, if not the best decks I've played recently, and honestly I highly recommend that deck to everyone who is playing competitively and who's thinking about World Championships. You will see that deck playing there. So guys, thank you so much for watching that video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that down there below you have a full deck list that you can copy and paste, and also have a 5% discount on any code you would purchase on Professor Oak. And not only you have a discount on top of their discount and you get the code cheaper, but also you support me and the channel. So thank you so much for that. At 400 subs we're gonna have another 20 code giveaway, and at 500 subscribers we're gonna have 20 code giveaway plus a first place Volkner giveaway as well. It's gonna be combined, so it's gonna be cool, right? So see you guys on Twitch. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye, bam, and good night. Boing. Love ya.